lady said, "Hey, you know these are swim shorts." Did you like wink? Did you nod? Did you like turn red? What did you do?
I might have turned red, but I said, "Oh, my bad."
And
And
then
then
was Kate with you?
no, it was just me and my toddler, which was its own adventure in and of itself.
Bro, bro, I think you're setting the standard way too high for to be parents out there.
Bro,
You're going.
what am I supposed to do? My wife's working and my daughter's home from her activity. I gotta buy some stuff. I gotta take her with me.
I know, but like for you to be able to successfully complete that is not necessarily an everyday thing.
I know because I was in there. I was trying to try on pants in the fitting room, and she's just like ripping open the curtain every 2 seconds and trying to get me to flash my stuff to the rest of the store. So I got
So
like
what
a one hand, I'm trying to like pull up the pants, and then the other hand, I'm trying to like keep the curtain closed and stop her from like running out of the store and into traffic and stuff like that. It's a disaster, man.
So I gotta ask you, like when you I won't call it penalize a kid, but when you take a kid to do boring stuff,
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
always a payday for him, or at least the lure of a payday. My world's open, by the way. What did you lure out there? Donuts,
Yeah,
ice cream.
cookie from the bakery. You got it. You know how it goes.
I respect it.
But then the trick, and you should know this by now, but maybe some people don't know this yet. If the treat from the bakery is the carrot on the stick, you don't give them the carrot until you've already got the stick. You go do your errand first, and then you do the cookie at the bakery. Otherwise, if you do cookie at the bakery first, they're gonna want a second one when you finish the stuff that they didn't want to do in the first place.
Wait, you still go to bakeries, huh? Even though you're in the burbs now, you're not a city folk.
I actually, since we moved, I've become more of a local business Andrew.
Oh,
I'm going. I'm ignoring Starbucks. Well, that's not true. I'm ignoring Starbucks and Tim Hortons. I am still going to McDonald's on occasion, but I'm just being honest. You can't beat the app. It's just it's unbelievable.
Are you a McDonald's points Andy? Like you build up your rewards or what?
I build them up passively when I purchase food there using the app.
And then are you drive through or you walk in?
It depends on the circumstances, but honestly, the drive-throughs in Vancouver are like all overstuffed. So I tend to park and then go inside.
Yeah, you know, I feel like that's the go-to move. To me, even if like sometimes I feel like drive-through. If you order drive-through, I feel like you're breaking the drive-through protocol. Drive-through is for people who are driving through and placing the order.
What do you mean? What do you mean by that?
Like if you're ordering on the app, you should not go in the drive-through window.
If you're ordering on the app, you should not go through the drive-through window.
Yeah, so like you order your McDonald's ahead of time, then go pick it up.
So here's what I do. I usually place the order like 3 seconds away from walking into the restaurant. And then as soon as I place the order, it's like, let us know when you're here. And then I just click the I'm here button.
Got it. But there are people who place the order in the app and then go through the drive-through to pick it up. That's not what the drive-thru's for.
And then they have to pull into one of the special spots. And
No, they soak up a line spot while everyone else has to kind of figure out, hey, where's my spot in line? And it's like that's not the role of the drive-through. The drive-through is created as like a spindle, like you walk through it like a needle. You can't have yarn coming through.
I understand what you're saying, but I will say it's pretty easy to find your spot in the drive-through line. You just are behind the person that's in front of you, but in front of the person that's behind you.
No, but I'm saying you're soaking up a spot that's not yours, is what I'm saying.
I mean, this is one where like I can sort of follow the logic, but I'm not sure I completely understand the problem.
Well, imagine you use the app, right?
Yeah.
And instead of walking in to get your food as intended, you jump the line.
You're not really jumping the. Okay, I see, because they're putting a higher priority on your order because you're blocking people behind you.
Yes, people that haven't even ordered. You've already had the luxury of ordering, knowing that your food is cooked in there. So go in and get it.
Okay, I see your point.
Why you're just laissez-faire on it? You're just like any port in the storm.
It takes more than that to get me to hate my fellow man, I guess.
I don't hate my fellow man.
I mean, the counterpoint I would say is that like it's McDonald's. It's not that serious.
I mean,
maybe it is though. Maybe it is.
it's serious enough for Coke to have its own unique formula that only McDonald's gets.
I honestly think she was kind of cooking with that one. I think the more I think about it, the more I'm like, there might not be any proof of it, and both corporations might deny it with their dying breath.
Are you calling my wife a liar?
No, I'm saying that she is the only one speaking the truth, man.
Oh, you're saying that she knows,
The
but
McDonald's fountain drinks hit harder than just like a can of the drink.
You're billion% correct.
I've
But
long
everybody's saying
maintained like a McDonald's Coke Zero is actually like, I think Coke Zero is not bad for you. McDonald's Coke Zero is good for you. It's a health potion. It might be Green Blossom.
I'll tell you what, man. So I've been playing like a little bit of NCAA 14, which is a 10-year-old game.
Yeah.
It was the year Coke Zero came out. So
I don't think that's true.
What? 10 years? How long do you think Coke Zero's been out?
It's just like maybe 2007, 2008.
Chat.
You're doing a lot of damage with that thing, man.
Anyways, every like 10 minutes in the game, there's a Coke Zero ad, and I have to be honest. It's the first time I played a game with an ad in it.
It's working.
And I'm like, I don't mind it. I'm like, oh yeah, that is good product placement. Oh, a little throwback to Dark Souls. So you're right. So 2005, they invented Coke Zero. Really?
I bet that they invented it in like 1983, but it took until 2005 for the tests to like come back that it's actually not poison.
It's like Michael J. Fox. We're just not ready for that yet.
Exactly. It's like the way they invented the nuclear bomb in like 1906, but it took them until 1945 to like get the permits.
So Coke related, can I admit to you something that I think you probably may shame me for, but also you could also surprise me. So I was at the grocery store the other day. This is probably
hey, that's my line.
Oh, about 6 months ago, and I saw this was like before I was Coke Zero. They had like a Coke can, and it was like a little bit like pixelated.
Okay, yeah.
So I bought it, and it was, and chat's gonna be mad at me. It was Coke created by AI. It was an AI flavored.
Yeah.
Did you ever try that?
I never saw it, honestly.
I mean, it was a limited edition.
What did it taste like? Did it taste like What If Peter Griffin was on Seinfeld?
Yeah, kind of.
Did it taste like Joe Biden versus Donald Trump infinite debate?
I don't know what that is, but yeah. Hey, do you know Mila Kunis is in Family Guy?
Yes.
I just found that out the other day because of TikTok.
She plays Meg Griffin. Along
but it
with
doesn't sound like her.
It kind of sounds exactly like her. Like, I don't even think she's, like, acting. I think she's just, like, that's what she sounds like.
But, look, I'm not trying to be that guy, but if you have a picture of Meg and a picture of Mila Kunis next to each other, you're like, well, that's not how she looks when she sounds like that.
She underwent a very serious physical transformation for that role.
But, like, how would you categorize Meg? Based?
One moment, please.
Yeah.
I died, and then I respawned.
That's how it works. Unless it's a boss fight, that's how it works.
Oh, unless it's a boss. It's the first time I've died on a non-boss fight? It's all coming back to me now. I'll just wait it out for you here then. And do you have to rest at the bonfire to remove the debuffs from yourself?
I didn't know there were debuffs.
Apparently, if you die by yourself, not on a boss, you're in rot. And then if you both rest, you purge the debuff.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
But I was looked at Meg as like a whispery type voice, right? But she doesn't sound whispery. She sounds more like Saving Sarah Marshall-y.
Well, there's a movie that she's in called Forgetting Sarah Marshall. So of course she sounds like that because that's her.
I know, but it just threw me for a loop. Once I saw that Mila Kunis was the voice, I didn't get it.
Did you know that Jonathan Taylor Thomas is the voice of young Simba in the Lion King movie?
No, he's not.
He is, man.
Is he like 8?
Something like that. I wouldn't lie to you about something so serious.
Wait, was he Simba before he was Tim Allen's son?
I imagine they were pretty close to the same time. Home Improvement must have started a little bit before The Lion King, if I had to guess.
All right, this is. I'm gonna guess, and when I ask something, I feel like you already know the knowledge. But let's just say you didn't have the knowledge.
Okay.
Out of the 3 Tim Allen sons in Home Improvement,
Yeah.
which one do you think got in the least amount of trouble with the law?
Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
Really?
Yeah.
Not the youngest kid?
I'm pretty sure that both the youngest kid and the oldest kid both have like an internet mugshot. I think Jonathan Taylor Thomas is just like, you know, from what I can tell, he's just living his life. I mean, you got to remember, Jonathan Taylor Thomas, he was multi-talented. He had the Disney voice acting money. He had the I'll Be Home for Christmas residuals that kick in like every Thanksgiving. Like, he was doing well for himself. But Zachary Ty Bryant and whoever the other kid is, like, they were really just living off the Home Improvement stuff. And that did not really make it into syndication, I think. Like, you never turn on the TV and you're like, oh, 12-hour Home Improvement marathon.
Why do you think that is?
I think it's because it's not that good.
It was a good show. Like, you didn't get pogged up to see it on the show back in the day?
I did, but I was like 7.
I feel like there was like a little adulty, like seeing people work with tools and stuff. I'm I could sleep.
You couldn't make the show today because of the way that Tim Allen mistreats Al Borland. Like, people would just be, they'd be too sad.
Oh, see, I thought you were going to talk about the creepy neighbor.
Wilson's not creepy just because he wants his privacy.
Bro, he's only eyes all the time. It's eyes all the time.
He's only eyes on Tim's side of the fence. On his side of the fence, he's probably got like a whole body.
Yeah, but you never see that.
It's not for me to know.
I will say the show that stands the test of time. That's even, I think, it's like wine. It's gotten better with age. Just from like the knowledge is Mr. Feeney.
Boy Meets World.
Don't you think? But Mr. Feeney is like was speaking to the future and the past.
I have to tell you, I think this is like an elder millennial versus mid-millennial moment.
Yeah.
I didn't watch TGIF or whatever, or was it TGIF that had the...
You didn't have TGIF?
I was too young and maybe too Canadian to watch TGIF. I really came in to the Malcolm in the Middle, like Everybody Loves Raymond sort of era.
That was like adult humor.
I was like 2 years past Boy Meets World. And I remember being like, oh, the cool kids are watching Boy Meets World. Like, I felt like I was a loser because I didn't know who Topanga is.
I mean... All right. I mean, but I felt like Malcolm in the Middle was adult humor.
I think it's all ages.
Was it? I mean, Walter White's in it.
Yeah, but that was before he was Walter White, before all that criminal stuff kicked off.
Was he good in it? In Malcolm in the Middle?
I think so.
No, but like, did you know he was going to be that guy?
I don't know. I was like 12. I was still at the point where I was like, good character equals good actor. I think I still might be at that point now.
What was your 12-year-old hairstyle like? Did you have spikes in the front, or what did you have?
100%.
Gold tips?
Imagine, well, I'll give you the saga of my hair, okay? Because it's not a long story, as you could probably guess. Whatever hairstyle my parents gave me until I was like age 10. So that includes like 2nd grade, I'm pretty sure I had a mullet. And as like a toddler, I had Jonathan Taylor Thomas center part, but my forehead was so huge that I looked like an old picture of like Beethoven or something like that.
Okay.
Then from 10 to 17, lancebass.jpg.
Okay.
17, I was like, I think that the ski jump's a little played out. So I started wearing my bangs down over my forehead a little bit. Not emo style, but just kind of like
Like we know you listen to Blink 182.
No, I'm trying to think of what a good description would be. Who's the wrestler guy who just looks like a normal guy, but everybody's like, oh, this guy's great? Hang on.
Cody Rhodes?
He's one of the.
Oh, L.A. Knight?
No,
L.A. Knight. Yeah, who?
Someone's
Is
gonna
he
say
modern?
it. He's modern-esque, and he just looks like a guy. But then whenever people talk about the guy, they're like, "Oh, guy!"
Sami Zayn?
Not Sami Zayn, not Daniel Bryan. Could it possibly be? You know what? Let me find him here. I think is he a brother of Kevin Owens? I'm dead anyway, so I'll just take a moment here.
Kevin Owens could have been on Home Improvement for sure.
Yeah, but doesn't he have like other lads in his group?
Randy Orton?
I'm just losing to people. I'm like normal guy, and people are like, "Oh, what about this like 6'5" guy who's 280 pounds, 2% body fat, and wears like rainbow leotards every day?" No, not that guy. Not the Undertaker. Not the Merchant of Evil.
Are you saying like normal guy features?
He just, I don't know how to describe it. He just looks like a normal guy. No, not Shawn Michaels.
No?
He's got a long ponytail with hearts on his pants, bro.
Chris Jericho?
Not Chris Jericho.
Those are all the normal guys.
No, he's got like his hair goes down like Jimmy Eat World a little bit.
Chad, this may be the first time Northern Lion trivia stumps himself.
Whoa, I think someone might have gotten it. Hang on 1 second. I'm going to lose it if I Google this guy and he does not.
If it's Bret Hart.
It's not Bret Hart, dude.
Jimmy Eat World. CM Punk?
It is Dean Ambrose, thank you. With the Jimmy Eat World. It was kind of like that.
Okay, he is a normal. He looks like he could be a streamer. Like he plays RTS games.
There you go. Thank you, chat. You got me. And then, that was my transition from ski jump hair to bangs. But I was still using the ski jump hair gel. So it made my forehead break out like crazy. And then like a year after that, I shaved my head forever.
So how old were you when you shaved? 14?
I was 19.
Holy. I know I've asked you this a million times, but is your dad a Cubo?
No.
So you just really got. So here, I think I just figured out your genetics.
Okay.
All of your slider and your hair points got dumped into comedy charisma.
I could live with that.
Like, because no one's genetics are like good at everything. So I feel if you're a Fallout 4 character, our sliders hair 0, but you get a couple extra VATS points.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't know if I put it that way because I feel like I put in a lot of work on the comedy side. Like I said, I was watching Everybody Loves Raymond every Monday as a middle schooler. So,
but also a little bit of raised calves as well. So like
yeah, I hear you.
That's like like some games or some roguelikes, like every trait has like a benefit and like a little bit. You want to call it a negative? I would say like wildly funny, but character.
I'm not even mad about it.
Yeah.
Bro, I've become the guy that I hate. Because I've been putting in the hours on the Peloton, not to mention these God-given calves. As soon as like April 3rd rolls around, I'm like, it's shorts till October. It's shorts till Halloween. I'm spending too much time on my legs to not be showing them off all the time. But then I go outside and I'm like, why is it so cold? And I remember, oh, this is April. We're not ready for that yet.
This is a biological question for you, and I don't know that I have fully the answer of it, but so I've been around sports a lot my whole life, and every like football player I've been around, they don't have hair on their ankles. And then I'm like, what about bikers? Like when you use your legs that much, will the hair just shed because of rubbing and activity, or is it a design decision?
I feel like this is a crazy question to me. I want to start so we don't get twisted. Does anybody have hair on their ankles? I don't have. I'm extremely hairy everywhere, and I don't have hair on my ankle.
There will be some. You have some.
Like the ankle. Oh, I'm dead. This bird, he ganked me, dude. Like on his
Why in chat if you have hair on your ankles?
on the ankle, like the ball of the foot.
Yeah, like around that like 30% region.
I have none.
Not even like peach fuzz.
I don't partake in that. I'm kind of like an all or nothing sort of guy.
Some people have ankle
follicular realm. I don't have like I'll look at it right now. Ankle.
I got some ankle hair.
I have none ankle hair. It's my hair stops above it, and then it starts again on my feet.
What about in the Achilles hole?
No, absolutely not.
Okay, but here's the thing. Maybe it's because you're a biker.
I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me.
But you've been biking for like 3 years, so my theory, and I'm trying to figure it out, is the more active you are with one body part, the less, is particularly with your legs, the hair like works itself out of the system. Like my uncle, as a kid, this was like before people lifted weights. Like my uncle lifted weights, and he was like always jacked, but he never had hair on his arms.
I don't know. I
thought because he built muscle, the muscle pushes the hair out of your
arms.
Right.
Because your body only has a certain amount of energy to use. It's not going to waste energy building hair when it could be building muscle. I mean, listen. I don't agree with what you're saying, but I have heard more ridiculous theories for things than that.
But do you ever remember, like, even say pre-Peloton, your Achilles hole having hair?
I honestly, I would feel bad choosing yes or no, because I think I would just be making it up.
Okay, that's fair.
But I think that certainly it's the kind of thing that warrants more investigation.
I mean,
you might have just blown the whole system wide open.
22% of chat said that they have ankle hair, so it's like, so then you have to look at really active people and then see if they have ankle hair.
It's crazy to me that like I don't have hair somewhere that other people have hair that isn't their head, because like that's a very atypical experience for me. I'm used to people, like, I'll talk about being hairy, and they're like, oh, no, my chest hair is so annoying. I have, like, 3 hairs on my chest, like, right in the middle. It's so gross. And I'm like, well, we're not even close. We're not talking about the same magnitude here.
But, like, don't you just roast that person, say, get a razor, buddy?
Or, like, just a pair of tweezers or something.
All right, here we go.
This dude with the shield is 100% like the average Costco cart user. Yeah, no problem. Mean? Well, I'm just saying, just block the whole lane so this dude with the torch can't get out behind you. No, it's okay.
Good save, good save. Are you, I don't know if I've asked you this. I know you go to Costco. Are you a peak Saturday Marty? Or are you, I want to go there when no one's there?
I'm a weekday Andrew. I want to go there when, you can't go there when no one's there, I think, because people are always there. But we went, the first time we went to this Costco, we went on a Saturday, and I said never again. It's the first time in my entire life there was like, the parking lot was full to the point that in the lanes where you drive to find your parking spot, there was like a queue of cars. And then as a car pulled out of a parking spot, the first car in the queue would then take that parking spot. And I'm like, brother, I'm not getting in line in my car. That's just too much.
Do you think, at this point, do you think people go to Costco because they like the store? Or do you think it's because, like, they like going to the store?
I think there's a little bit of all of it. But I do also think that the other reason people go is because you can buy like the same amount of food for like 20% less money, if not even less than that. Here, yeah.
Have you? All right. Do you read?
Yeah, like stop signs and stuff.
No, like books. Like, what do you when you shut her down for the night, right? So you get off the dopamine, having a couple good Balatro runs, maybe a good Jackbox segment. You sit down, you have dinner, you play with your daughter. Then your daughter goes to bed. You talk to Kate for a little bit. What do you do to wind her down? Brother, it already is wound down. What do you mean? It's 8 o'clock. I go to bed at 8:30.
Well, I mean, sadly, it's like 10 o'clock. I wish it was 8 o'clock, but our child has decided that they're a night owl. Because one time, I think we just mindlessly said, oh, you're a night owl like mommy? So now she's like, I don't want to go to bed, I'm a night owl. So just a good piece of wisdom. Be careful what you say at all times. What you say can and will be used against you for the rest of your life. But no, I mean, I don't want to say it because you repeated it in the nerd voice already, but once it's bedtime, I just go to bed.
But you just, no phone, you just, I mean, lay down, put your head on the pillow, pull the covers up, and that's it?
At the time when I decide, like, it's bedtime, I go up, brush my teeth, might lay in bed, look at my phone for 5 minutes, and then I put it on the charger and I close my eyes.
And then you instantly fall asleep?
I'd say within 5 to 10 minutes on average.
So you're saying for the most part, I mean, and I know we could argue that our job is like leisure, but so you have no institutional leisure after dinner?
Yeah, it's burning me out a little bit for sure. But it's 50-50 because Kate does bedtime every other day, and I do bedtime on the other days. So
when you get that, what's your leisure?
Making thumbnails and setting my YouTube videos.
Oh man!
And that in and of itself can take 90 minutes. So then it's like 9:30, and then I brush my teeth and go to bed.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, my heart broke a little bit because I'm fighting now for institutional leisure time.
It's hard, man.
But you're making thumbnails in your leisure time, and I'm like, I would rather not have leisure time than make thumbnails.
That's what I'm doing, though. Wait, you would rather have leisure time than make thumbnails?
No, I would rather have no leisure time than have to make thumbnails.
Yeah, but you're not presenting a dilemma. That's the situation.
No, the situation is you're taking your leisure time to make thumbnails.
Yes, but you said you would rather not have leisure time than make thumbnails, which is you're presenting the exact situation I'm living with.
No, it's not though. Stop dying to the Costco guy.
Oh, this is like an XQC versus Aiden Ross moment, but I'm like,
which one are you?
So you would rather, I'm not gonna answer that. You would rather. So I'm glad you couldn't see that. You would rather not have leisure time than have leisure time but be forced to make thumbnails.
Yes.
But I am forced to make thumbnails, and I don't have leisure time. Do you see where I'm struggling here?
Yeah, why not just don't do it?
Well, because it's my job.
Well, just have the librarian do it.
I'm have I told you about my philosophy of 90s maxing?
What's 90s maxing?
90s maxing is I don't buy things on the internet anymore because I'm done with this 2020s lifestyle. Oh, I want something now? Oh, just buy it online and it'll be at your house in 1 to 4 days at 11:15 p.m. And then get out the box cutters, break down 17 cardboard boxes just for the 2 things that you purchased. Oh, cool, my soap's finally here. And then you're not supporting a local business, you're supporting Amazon instead, and some dude who has to make 900 deliveries every 12 seconds is bing bong, and then you open the door a millisecond later and he's already frisbeed the package on your front porch because if he takes more than 2 seconds to deliver it, they're gonna dock his pay. I fell off again. I'm actually the worst Elden Ring player of all time.
Wait, so is this a bit or is this a real thing?
It's a real thing. This is how I'm living my life.
But you don't have to do any of that stuff you just did. Instead of breaking down the box, you could just burn it.
Hang on.
What?
He's kind of spitting. But like it maybe this is tangential, but it's kind of how I feel about like YouTube as well. Like someone starts making like YouTube videos of video games because they're like, I think this will be fun, or like I'll be good at it or whatever, and then they get some success and they're like, okay, time to like outsource the entire production line completely, and then all of a sudden, before you know it, instead of spending your time making thumbnails, you got like a couple hours a week of meetings managing like your contracted staff in order to make sure that everybody's vision is on like the same alignment. I don't want to do that. I just want to make the videos.
I understand, but you have like, and I'm just gonna call it like I see it right now.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say it. It's a little ridiculous for one of the top 0.1 percenters on Twitch and top 5 percenters on YouTube to be setting your own videos and making your own thumbnails at this stage of the game.
Then I'll be the, this 97-year-old streamer still does things the old-fashioned way.
Well, then, buddy, when you get burnt out, then, hey, I'll throw some coals on it for you. Because I would say, look, you're cooking yourself, man.
But I honestly think it would have happened by now.
What?
The burnout. Like, I was working 7 days a week, and, like, the work is easy, but it was also Isaac. Like, 7 days a week, 4 to 5 Isaac episodes a day. That was one where I look back, and I'm like, if I didn't, die then I can make it through this. It's no problem.
You're doing that. Oh, my God.
Yeah, that's psychotic.
Five runs a day, recorded, high energy. How many? Wait.
High energy might be a stretch.
You would do 7 days a week. You wouldn't do like front load it, space.
No, it's crazy. But then, like, I don't know. Again, everything that I'm saying here is admittedly kind of like a reaction to things that I see on social media mostly. Did you see the time lapse of like the 180 thumbnails that Mr. Beast A/B to Z times 1,000 tested against each other to get the perfect one? For like, I had 100 people of all different ages join this game show to see who's going to win $500,000. I was just like, literally, it was like, okay, first thumbnails, like Mr. Beast in the middle smiling, 8 people around him. Then the next one was like, we moved like one person over here and another person over here. Okay, put the old guy in front. Okay, put the kid in front. AI generated tears on the kid's face. Okay, now 2 old people in the front. Now 100 people in the back instead of 8 people. Now just Mr. Beast. Now Mr. Beast smiling. Now Mr. Beast smiling with no teeth. Now complete cartoon generated Mr. Beast. I was like, at that point, I would honestly rather be stocking shelves, to be honest.
But here's my thing. Those AI generated tears translate into 10 million views for him.
Yeah, but like, who cares?
That's true. But also, Mr. Beast has institutional leisure time, and you don't.
I don't know. Like, this is inspired by him in a way, because I saw an interview that Mr. Beast did where he was like, I don't go on dates with my girlfriend because I value my time at $100,000 an hour. So, like, just going on a date with her is like, it could be $500,000 in the garbage can.
Well, I'm not in the judgment business, but what do you think Mr. Beast would say if he heard you say that you recorded 5 episodes of Isaac a day for 5 years of your late 20s without missing a day?
I have no idea what he would say. I've never spoke to Jimmy Donaldson. I imagine his hunch would be like, instead of doing that, why didn't you experiment, try new things? Because you could have climbed the YouTube ladder faster. And I would have said, I don't want to climb the YouTube ladder faster. I want to make decent amount of money doing what I want to do. I don't really care about having 100 million subscribers. It seems kind of annoying, honestly. Where are you, by the way? I've been waiting at the bottom of the ladder for like 8 minutes.
I was waiting for you to come back because you kept dying.
I killed that guy easily.
But to circle back, why don't you just burn the Amazon boxes instead of do all that stuff you were doing?
I don't know. I got to buy like a barrel, and then where am I going to get the barrel from? It all comes back to Jeff Bezos, right?
So, like, if you need shampoo, you're going to mom and pop's shampoo store?
Yes. Maybe not mom and pop's, because in Canada it is all dominated by large chains. But yeah, rather than order it from Amazon, I'll go to a London Drugs or something like that, if it's not incapacitated by ransomware like it is right now.
What is the last thing you order on Amazon?
Fridge filter.
Why didn't you go to the store and get one?
Because I don't know where I would even go to get this specific fridge filter. That's that one. Every I don't know, 6 months, my fridge filter is like, time to get another one. And I'm like, okay. Then I go to Amazon and I go to the last thing that I purchased, and then I just click order again.
Do you have, is your fridge water inside the fridge or exterior?
Inside the fridge.
Does that's one of the small things in life that sends me.
You hate to open the door to get the water?
No, I don't. The button is very hard,
I see what you're saying.
but it doesn't bother you.
I just put the glass. I use the glass as like a lever in order to hit the button so that it fills up the glass.
Do you have a handle or do you have a button?
It's a weird button. I'll give you that. It's a hard button to describe. It almost looks like you know the button that you use to get ice
Yeah.
on like a fountain, a soda fountain.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that.
Okay.
So it's like a lever that serves the purpose of a button. A paddle. That's a good way to describe it.
Okay. I'm gonna send you a picture of mine because I think you have a better one than me.
I will say, like, because I think I've let you be the crazy one a little bit here. I would like to grab that yoke for myself.
Yeah.
Why does every fridge have a different way to get water? It reminds me of like every time you go to a hotel, you've got to like read the manual on how to use the shower, because some of them are like 2 taps, 1 faucet. Some of them are 2 faucets, 1 tap. Some of them are like a radial dial. Some of them you have to push a button in order to get the stuff to come out of the shower head. Some of them, you like as you turn a lever, it subdivides the water between the bath faucet and the shower head. Like, we really haven't standardized like a single fridge button the same way we haven't standardized a single shower design.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Everyone wants their mark on society. So LG needs to have the hard button. Whirlpool needs to have the lever. You know what I mean? Like,
He's right.
but also, I see your point, because you want to know the best of all?
Yeah.
The one where you just smash the glass against the wall of the refrigerator and it automatically comes out. Like that to me is like, that's caveman stuff. Smash glass, get water.
And it's got 2 buttons. One of them's for crushed ice. The other one's for water.
That's it.
Exactly.
And anyone
if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
No, and if you're in, this is just, I feel like sometimes we have to, very rarely, we have to educate Twitch chat, but I feel like this is one of the times.
Yeah,
if you ever go to someone's house and they have a in refrigerator door water and ice dispenser,
yeah,
whatever the ice is set at, don't change it. So if it's set at crush, you're like, oh, I want full cubes. Don't hit it. That to me is the most disrespectful thing you can do in someone's home. It's they're offering you an icy cold beverage and you're saying it's not good enough. I want to change the ice type. Not around me, buddy.
You're like, this little maneuver is going to cost us 84 years. I hear you.
I mean, if I see someone do that, like, I'll say something, not to them, but after to my wife.
Yeah, like, don't bring them back.
That's all I need. It's like someone mistreating like a waiter or waitress. It's the same thing to me. Like, that tells me everything I need to know about your character.
You know what my my pet peeve with my own fridge is? In fridge, water dispenser, but in freezer ice maker that is just like a basin with a useless plastic shovel. So, like, when you try to grab the ice with the shovel, you have to use it like a pickaxe and go like, cut, so that the ice cubes separate from each other. And then you shove the shovel in and it picks up, like, literally 1 ice cube. So you got to do it, like, 80 times. Can't we just have that stuff coming out of the door? Like, they invented it in, like, 1983.
I'm going to tell you what solves all these problems, and it may actually be superior ice, is putting them in trays.
Oh, but that's like, I mean, you're 90s maxing, which I respect, but that's too far for me.
But it's superior ice. Plus, you can get, someone the other day shared a picture. They had ice orbs, not like the kind you pour over scotch, but like mini orbs.
Yeah, I know. And pellet ice, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, this is what it's about.
But that comes from the maker, right? That comes from some kind of automated design.
I think it was an orb tray.
It was an orb tray.
Are you close? Because I don't want to die here. Yeah, you're close.
I'm still
Did
resin
you
on my
just?
screen.
Did you just? Oh, all right.
Actually, I'm very far. I'm gonna wait for you to. Are you gonna kill this guy?
I prefer not to. I'm trying to find a Bonnie, so we can to the next boss.
Because I think
here.
I've been debuffed 40 times. Like my dude has no stats left because I died 15 times just falling off the level, and then we haven't rested at a bonfire since.
Well, we can asynchronously rest at a bonfire. Why don't you just do that?
Both don't we both have to be on the same bonfire? I don't know.
I don't think so.
Maybe not. I'm not a. I'll just. Whoa, no! I lived. I'll give it to you straight. I became a non-ice Andy.
Really?
Yeah.
Even with your Coke Zero?
Coke Zero just comes out of the fridge, ready to go.
Wait, what about if you order at McDonald's? Are you a no ice guy?
No, that time you got to get ice. Because for a while I was like, I'll just go iceless. But then like it didn't hit the same. So that I'll recognize like in a paper cup, you need the ice. The ice adds a lot to the ambiance.
You know what I just realized today? So I was having breakfast this morning. I had 2 eggs. I sprinkled a little salt and pepper and cut up a little avocado on it, but I ate it on a paper plate. And I was like, man, if this were on a normal plate at a restaurant, this would be like $35. But because it's on a paper plate, I'm like, looks like garbage.
Yeah, it's hostile food.
But why? It's still the same food.
The presentation matters.
Does it though?
I was thinking about this the other day. How lucky are we as human beings that the tastiest thing on the planet is an abundant, tiny, edible rock that is 0 calories? Like, we would be so screwed if salt was like 1 calorie per grain. We would, like, everyone would be dead. Now, salt is not necessarily always uniformly good for you, but like, we lucked out, bro. The most delicious rock on the planet is like, it's 0 calorie.
You're not wrong. I saw this thing from this person on Instagram. Tell me if it's true. All right. It said you can never have too much salt. Our bodies are actually depleted in salt. If you have too much salt, you just urinate it out.
I think that's not good. I think that is false. Even if you're not worried about the acute effects of consuming too much salt, over time it can contribute to heart disease and hypertension and stuff like that, high blood pressure.
Because it tastes good? Or because it...
Something to do with the ion concentrations in your body or something. Also, yeah, there are people that have died drinking too much soy sauce.
Really?
But I think
really?
it's not common. Yeah, like there was like it must have been like in the last decade or so, there was like a viral news story of like a college kid who died drinking soy sauce. It takes like surprisingly little to cause serious health effects. Like, you would think that it would be like, oh, what did he have, like 4 bottles? I think it was like 1 bottle is enough.
Was it like a challenge or something?
Well, I don't think he was doing it for fun.
What was he drinking? What was you drinking a soy
I guess he was
bottle?
doing it for fun, now that I think about it. I don't think he was doing it to survive.
Was he that parched? He's like, oh, there's no water.
No.
I've never heard of that before. You want to fight this guy or just leave?
I don't think we can take him, man. I don't think we can take him.
What's the dumbest thing you ever did in college?
We did so there were security lights on campus where you could press a button and then you would get in contact with campus security. We devised a collaborative drinking game where you would shotgun a beer at every single one of those lights on campus. There's like 70 lights or something like that. So we started the night. Everyone was super excited. This is how you find out who your friends are. We had like 10 of us. We're like, that's not that big of a deal. Like 7 beers each. Like it'll be like rough, but we'll make it. And then like after everybody shotgun 1 beer, so we're like 10 lights deep. And then 6 or 7 of the people were like, okay, I gotta go to the library. We're like, what? I thought we were in this for like the long haul. And they're like, no, this is crazy. So then me and 3 of my housemates just did the other 60 lights. And like
What?
we started it at like 7 p.m. or something like that. It took us until like 5 in the morning. And people, there were like multiple sagas on the journey. Like people like falling asleep and us being like, no, dude, you can't fall asleep. It's only 4 in the morning. Don't fall asleep. Like the way that my university campus is set up, there's also like main campus, and then like a 20-minute walk away, there's like a satellite campus. There were like 12 lights on the satellite campus too. So, 1 a.m. we walked across the city to go to the satellite campus. Then we walked back. I mean, I'm kind of surprised like I'm still alive to this day.
That may be one of the dumbest things I've ever heard, and I don't say that lightly because there's no enjoyment. There's no chance to run into any of my mans.
We had a great time, and I felt like it was the ultimate male bonding event. Like upon finishing it, I was closer to the 3 other individuals that were there than I felt like I would be to my own birth sibling.
When's the last time you talked to any of those 3 individuals?
Well, okay, about 11 years ago probably, but that's their fault, not mine. I'm still in the group chat. Me and Malv still posted in the group chat every couple days.
Wait, Melf was one of the 3?
No. He wasn't there, but he's in the group chat with the lads. Malf went to a different school that had a more rigorous academic reputation.
I don't believe that for 1 second.
It's true.
Bro, you are an egghead. What do you mean? Why is Melf going to the Harvard of Canada and you're not?
Neither of us went to the Harvard of Canada.
What's the Harvard of Canada?
University of Toronto or McGill, I guess.
Wait, isn't that the name of the guy from Better Call Saul?
Yes, you're right.
Like that's your prestigious university?
It's actually named after him.
All right, you remember how to do this part?
I don't even think I did this part the first time, so like this is all new to me.
You have to do this.
Really?
Yeah.
How do you remember so much about this game?
I actually don't. I'm just out here winging it. I'm very well trained in the arts of Miyazaki, but not memorization. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think I've ever been here, man. But then again, like every boss I face, I'm like, I've never seen this guy. And then I'm like, oh, this one.
So this is actually the same textures on the roof as when you fight the dual gargoyles in Dark Souls 1.
It was like a little, doesn't it? A little Easter egg.
No, yeah, it's not a lot like it. It's the same.
Wow, lazy game devs.
No, it's a like tribute.
Oh, yeah, it's an homage.
Yeah.
Me when I steal a joke and don't get caught. It's my joke. Me when I steal a joke and I get caught. It's an homage. It's a reference to that joke.
All right. I think we go down to the left, but don't quote me on it. No, this way.
Is this
Crab
real?
Souls?
Is this real? Like they why do they build all the paths just to have us take the patio?
So we can let them know who we're repping. Nice dodge.
I didn't really help out there, I'll be honest. It's my bad. I think Crab Souls is pretty good.
Is it Miyazaki or?
There's Miyazaki elements for sure.
Okay.
Okay, I've been killed.
Is it more like Banjo-Kazooie or is it more Souls?
It's more like Souls, but there's a lot of Banjo-Kazooie associated with it.
Okay. Bro, when you're in the middle of your... I feel like I forgot it. When you're in the middle of recording 5 episodes of Isaac a day and that, like, do you remember at the end being pogged up or were you, like, gassed?
I remember thinking when I was like 26, 27, I was like, if the rest of my life was recording like 10 Isaac episodes a day, I could make it.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm glad I don't have to, though.
But could.
You ever think about that? Like sometimes, hang on, I gotta rest here as well to get my debuffs gone. I think about like sometimes I'll be at a restaurant and I'll be like, I'm not gonna get like an appetizer. That's a ripoff. Then I'm like, how is it a ripoff? I'm paying for like more food, more labor. They got to do more dishes, etc., etc. We get paid more for doing nothing, man. We don't do anything. We don't do anything. I mean, like, we're working, but it's not like people are like, hey, you know, I'll give you $20 for like some fish tacos, and then you got to go buy the fish and the cabbage and the tortillas and stuff like that.
Yeah, but I don't believe this. I'm just play devil's advocate. All they're doing is moving matter around.
Yeah, that's true.
Like,
but that's all anybody does ever.
No, I feel the same way. I disagree with you because I think appetizers are a ripoff. It's always less food than an entree.
Yeah, but it costs less money than an entree.
Not always.
I'm gonna tell you, if you've reached a certain financial level in your life, adding an appetizer to a meal at a restaurant is one of the most cost-effective ways to improve your quality of life. Because you get to have an entree that you were gonna like to begin with, but then the appetizers tend to be tastier than the entrees because they're worse for you, so they give them in smaller portions. So you get a little treat, and then you get the entree as well. I would take an entree over a dessert any day of the week.
See, I don't know how you were raised, and this is not a judgment, but like for me, when we'd go out to eat, like if someone would order a pop, I would be like, "Yo, this kid's rich, man," because we would go out, and it's like you just wouldn't order that. So now it's like I feel like it's like ingrained in me. So like when I go out to like
the restaurant.
Yeah, but like even though there's an entree I really want, and it's like the top or one of the top 2 entrees price wise, I usually won't get it.
I'm with you on that one. Like if I unless I'm at a steakhouse, there's no shot you'll see me ordering the steak off the menu.
Yeah,
or God forbid the lobster. Like it's just not going to come to pass.
But I agree. I mean, like I agree with you. Like the fact that we don't do anything.
Yeah.
But have you ever stopped to think about that? Like you'll end up spending your whole life doing nothing while other people are creating things.
No, it's sick. Don't get me wrong.
What do you mean it's sick?
Like it's good for us. But like every once in a while, I'm like, someone will give you like $25 in gift subs. They'll be like, "Thank you for mentioning that show that I like." And I'm like, "Bro, I didn't write the show. I didn't make the website. I didn't make the game I'm playing. I didn't make the microphone. I didn't do anything, man."
You know what that really is for though? That's like retrospective thank you payment for recording 5 episodes a day for 7 straight years.
Perhaps. I'm not sad about it. I think it's absurd.
I mean it is. You're not wrong, but also like because I think I went through this point, and we may have talked about it. Where it's like you do stuff, you know. We're on Twitch, but it goes into the void, right? So it's like you don't get to see people laughing. You don't get to people like actually slapping their forehead saying, "I can't believe this guy just did this."
Right.
So it's like you don't get to see any of it. So it's like, well, what are we doing?
Whereas if you're making the fish tacos, you know it's okay because like right as soon as they take their first bite, you come out and go, "How are those first few bites treating you?" And then they have to answer you through like a mouthful of haddock.
Yeah.
Okay.
Versus
I see
like
what you're saying.
You could be doing what you're doing right now on stand-up nights at your local theater in front of 20 people and getting paid 1/1000% what you're doing now, but at least you get to see the person laugh.
Is this true? I wonder what you ever think like because of the degradation of the social fabric. Do you ever think like it sucks to be a stand-up comedian right now? I feel like aren't you just getting heckled nonstop these days? Back in the day, it was just like one drunk uncle would heckle. Oh, so we gotta go this way. But I feel like in the modern day, everybody is yelling at the comedians.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I'd want to be in the live business of anything right now.
Thanks for that. Appreciate that.
What happened?
So well, we both jumped at the same time, and now I don't know where I am. Oh, I took the shortcut to the gargoyles.
All right, let me ask this. If you had to hit the reset button.
Yeah.
And still have the energy, but you couldn't be a computer programmer, and you couldn't do what you're doing now, what would you be doing?
I honestly have no idea.
Well, no, you have to pick something.
Yeah, but I don't know. I
Well,
don't
what's the
I don't
first
have
thing
an
that comes to your
answer.
mind?
I don't know, because you like the first thing would be computer program, and you for no reason you just said you can't choose that.
You already did that. You already did that.
I did it scholastically. You saved my life. I don't. What do you think you'd be doing?